Hello, Professor Williams. My name is Jackson Leathorn, and this is my submission for the compare and contrast assignment. And I wanted to talk about basketball, and I'm sorry because that's all I want to talk about in these videos. I hope you don't mind. But I wanted to compare and contrast the NBA and the WNBA today. I got to watch the OKC Thunder play the Indiana Pacers last night. I'm a big Thunder fan, so that was exciting to see us take a win. And then today I got to watch the Indiana Fever play the New York Liberty in the WNBA, and that was also super exciting. I think that this is pretty relevant. There's been a lot of conversation about the NBA and the WNBA recently, and the differences between both the sports. There's a lot more viewership for the WNBA, or the viewership has been increasing over the last couple of years, and the NBA has been decreasing. So there's a big conversation there. And it's been really awesome because there's a lot more fans coming to the WNBA right now. I have to admit I'm very much a casual fan, but I have enjoyed watching quite a few of the games this season and even last season. But anyway, talking about some of the differences, let's get into that first. I wanted to talk about some of the differences. A lot of people want to talk about the differences in explosiveness between both the men's and the women's side of the sport. A lot of people complain that the WNBA is not as exciting because it's not as explosive, it's not as fun, there's not these crazy electric plays. And to those people, I would challenge them to really watch the WNBA because it is there's a lot of explosive plays, there's lots of electric plays, and it's pretty awesome. It's just it's different. And in the NBA, you get to see these crazy dunks or these crazy, I don't know, like alley-oops. You get to see some really crazy blocks and explosive plays like that. Whereas the WNBA, there's a lot less of a vertical explosiveness, but there's a lot more horizontal explosiveness. And so it's been pretty awesome. It's been really awesome to get to see players, even like Caitlin Clark, get to come into the league and start, pulling up three-pointers from deep. And even Sabrina Ionescu was doing this before Caitlin Clark, that they're coming in and shooting from the logo, just like Steph Curry. And so it's been really cool to get to see kind of the comparisons even between someone like Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu. And even the NBA at the All-Star Weekend a couple years ago, they had them compete in a three-point contest. And it was fun. It was comparable. They both shot very well. And it kind of showed the similarities. But then also when you get to watch those highlight reels of someone doing a 360 dunk in the NBA, that's a major difference. And so I've seen some players, I've seen some clips of Shaquille O'Neal talking about maybe we should just lower the rim and do something like that for the WNBA, but I don't really think that needs to be done. I mean, they're two different products. They're similar because they're the same sport, but they're different products altogether, and they're both very exciting and they're both very awesome in their own way. And so I think that's probably the most familiar way. That's the way that people look at most often, is they compare the dunking to the not dunking or something like that. But if you look at other aspects of the game, they're very, very similar in the ball handling ability and the passing ability and the defensive ability. It's been really awesome. I've really enjoyed getting to watch Nafisha Collier over the past couple years just absolutely dominate. And it's been really awesome to see some of the moves. I even see highlights of her doing Euro steps that are similar to Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, there's definitely a difference in height between the WNBA and the NBA. The WNBA is significantly shorter, but it's doesn't take away from the sport. It just is a difference there. And so it's been really awesome over the past couple of years to see people kind of waking up to how great the WNBA is as a product. I think that at times, not to get into the weeds, I think at times they don't do themselves justice sometimes in the media, but I think overall it's a great sport, and it's exciting to see as their games get a little bit more polished. And yeah, so anyway, I think that's been the main difference historically, is just that I think that the WNBA is in an infancy state, and that the games have been a little bit chaotic at times. And now that they're becoming a little bit more polished, it's becoming a lot more similar to the NBA in that, and that their games are more polished, that players are coming into the league more skilled and more equipped to be the best that they can be and to be the best players in the world. And so yeah, watching both of these games was really awesome. Definitely the way that they were played. I think the finals was definitely, that game was played with a little bit more intensity. Some of that is just that it's the finals. That it doesn't really have anything to do with the NBA or the WNBA. It's just it's the championship. But it is very awesome to get to watch. Even the Fever and the Liberty play today, it was still very exciting to watch those young electric players, and also get to watch those veterans in the game who are kind of leading this new generation of basketball. And so, yeah, with that being said, I think that kind of wraps up everything. I wanted to keep it kind of shorter. I've been rambling a lot in these videos. If you need anything else, please let me know. But otherwise, have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much.